All right, folks, I know it's been a little while, but welcome back to the channel. Early Saturday morning, and you know what? We haven't done this in so long. We're gonna do us one right now, baby. You know what that is. Video. Folks, we're headed to EFI Specialties. See that guy, Mr. Mack? He's got the intake ported. CJ Colvin, get off my back, brother. I got it done. I got it done. So we're gonna go pick this up. We'll go through, we'll take a video through the shop, see what he's got going on. So if you're not familiar with EFI Specialties in Fredericksburg, Virginia, not Frederick, Maryland, because there is a EFI Specialties in Frederick, Maryland, not to be confused with each other. So between Mack, his buddy Dave, and I believe there's another guy, Mike, I think there's 3 of them in there. They do Mopar builds, they do all kinds of stuff, along with tuning as well. So they'll build your car, they'll tune it, dyno tune it, the whole 9 yards, right there for you. So, you know, if you're in that Fredericksburg area and you're looking for someone to hook up your Mopar, check into EFI Specialties and, you know, see what they can do for you. You know? Hey, us Mopar folks, man, we got to stick together. Because Mack's doing me pretty good. He's the one actually doing the work on the intake manifold. Great guy. Instagram will be below for him. He also has a YouTube channel. The link is already below. So yeah, stay tuned, folks. We'll be there in uno momento. We'll just let the cameras run until we get there, just in case we wind up having a little fun. Ah! All right, man. Shake and bake this cold weather, boy. She's running great. I apologize for the dirty windshield, folks, but I can't help it. Get a little spray here and there. As you can see, there's a bunch of snow in the ground, a bunch of water on the road. Clear it up a little bit. Man, woo! She loves the rip, boy, I'll tell you. No joke. She is ready to rock and roll, man. So looking forward to March 7th when MIR opens, Maryland International Raceway in Budds Creek, Mechanicsville, Maryland. It's known by a number of names: MIR, Maryland International, Budds Creek. So it's known by a couple names. Looking for them to open on the 7th of March. So back to the track, folks. Hopefully the weather holds out, it gets a little warmer. It's supposed to get into the 50s, you know, in the next few days. So hopefully if that happens, we'll get the race gas out, get started tuning on race gas, so we can really dial it in once we get to the track. So I can get Jay some really good logs. Because you know, once you get the basics down, it's all about tuning it from a dig. So be on the lookout for some racing content coming soon. I know I took a break there for a little while. Just I mean, the weather, I wasn't feeling good. Not COVID, just I don't want to say lost the drive, that's not it. Just I couldn't figure out good enough content, and it was just bothering me. You know, I went and did it, you know, the usual YouTube videos. About the only one I haven't done so far is going to CarMax to see what they'll give me for my car. But I'm back, I'm recharged. Videos are gonna start rolling. Racing is gonna start rolling. So you guys just be ready. Be ready, because we're gonna start having some more fun on the weekends. Up to the road here. I'm getting a text from Mack now. Hopefully he's saying he's here or going to be here soon. So stay tuned, folks. Got some good build. He's always got some kind of build going on, something going on his dyno. He's always got something going on. So hopefully we get here. We get something good, tasty and juicy for you guys to take a look at, listen to, and hopefully see the dyno. Back on in here. All right, let's head inside.
All right, so I guess we'll talk.
All right, folks, we're here at EFI Specialties. Y'all heard me talk about them on the way up. Link to everything's in the description. But we're here with the ported throttle body. Mack did his business, so I'm gonna put the camera on him and
I figured
let him talk through it.
I'm gonna cut over him and explain some things. It's cold. Y'all can't blame me.
It is chilly.
All right, so we know what the adapter is. So some of your followers, subscribers, fans, stalkers might not know about this.
Exactly.
This is from KS Motorsports. This is the 92 to 90. They actually revised this after I tagged them and bitched at them about only having a 92 to 85.
Right.
I used to have to port them because you know what you just paid for this. This was a steal for the quality of this thing.
Right.
But they have this one on their website, or you can get it through us. But if you're gonna deal with this, yeah, that's the adapter. Very badass piece. I don't know if I can. You know how my YouTube is.
Go ahead,
mine's
brother.
dirty.
The bleeps will be. I'll put some bleeps in there. It ain't no problem.
You know what? They haven't demonetized me for what I say. All right. So on this is basically just shaping some casting inside and getting rid of the rough stuff. And being as this is going on a 5.7, the key is to try and do less.
Right.
While getting rid of the rough stuff in here and shaping this a little bit. So I can't, like, you know, line it up and make it super straight and big because I might make it bigger than your port.
Right.
That's an issue.
Not bad. Yeah,
So,
that's a bad thing.
This is basically just trying to get, you know, get in here, get some stuff accomplished that, you know, helps with the airflow and stuff, but not overdo it.
I don't know if I can.
And this isn't cleaned yet, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you right here, actually. Boom.
Oh, there we go.
So it's them casting lines.
You'll see down in there, cleaned all that finagling stuff up out of there. We got a little cleaning to do, but that ain't no big deal.
We're gonna hit it with some simple green. I'll show you all how to do that in case, you know, if any of you guys try this stuff on your own, the key is to work slow. You can't weld this. You know, metal stuff you can fix, you can weld, but obviously this you can't. All right, so
We got the snout.
at this point, I've gone over this with a carbide. I've taken most of the material out, opened up the cross section as much as I could.
Right.
You know, there's not much to work with on here. And I've gotten this close. The reason I've gotten this close is now we're gonna put the adapter on, and I'm gonna use, this is 50 grit. I don't suggest someone new use 50 grit.
Right. Because it's going to come off quick.
Yeah, this is gonna shape this and pull it down to the size of the adapter,
Gotcha.
which you'll see pretty quick. Let me put this on. That on, and then with these, the chaos goes to the top,
Gotcha.
and then this even locates the throttle body just like a stock would.
Okay.
It has the pins, so you can't really mess this up.
Can't mess it up.
No. I did see one of my customers. He came in with this car the other day. We sold him one of these. They put it on themselves. I will say, don't do this. They put the Allen heads that come with the kit into the manifold for some reason, which are a completely different thread. And then they use some of these into the threaded holes.
Oh, gotcha.
I said, man, you really can't take that off now.
Because you'll probably never get it back on.
Yeah,
Right?
I said, you just killed that. So we'll just use this to get it on. I always put these on by hand, even though I have electric everything, because, as you know,
You never want to tighten them too much because they are easy to strip. So working with these plastic manifold, if you haven't worked with them before and you are starting to try and do some stuff yourself, you got to be careful.
I'm using a small screwdriver.
So you get too
I'm
much
using
torque.
yeah, trying to speak here, a lot on my mind. Using a small screwdriver so my big butt don't strip it by hand. I'm not gonna say I've ever done that. I'm not gonna admit it. All right, so you see where it's at.
Yep.
It's really close to everything.
You can feel just a small little lip right there.
Yeah, real
I don't know
close.
if you can see it. It's super
It's almost
close.
dead on right there.
Yeah, it's almost dead on right there. Yep.
All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend this stuff in. And also with this opening, you still have to have a radius on it because if you kind of go too straight into it, you're gonna bust right into the O-ring cavity.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
Gotcha.
And you don't want to polish all the way out on this either because they put the O-ring real close to the lip. Feel this like this?
Right.
You feel it's real razor?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
but I guess
super close.
they didn't have much room to work with because
Between
of
the
the bolt
screws,
holes.
yeah.
So that's where we're at with that.
So the key, if you're doing this yourself, take your time, do it slow, and don't get too aggressive with your porting.
Let me put my hoodie on.
That's pretty much why I left it to the professionals, because I didn't want to mess up a, $300-400 if you can find them, 6.4 manifold, and if you buy them new, they're like 8, right?
Yeah, they're
8
up
and some
there.
change.
And I'm keeping mine,
So they're a bit crazy. So we'll take a break here and we'll come back when we start grinding on it.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna stand back and let him do his thing. I don't want to get no plastic in the eyes.
What I am going to grab is some WD-40. As weird as it sounds, WD-40 helps keep it cool.
Right.
And from, if you overheat the plastic, it wants to kind of ball up, gets real rough.
Gotcha.
So
1,002 uses for WD-40.
it really is. And then You know, like I said, this stuff's pretty aggressive. You could, you know, I have other stuff.
Right.
But which I'll show you. I just try not to go too far with bringing the polish down.
All right, here we go.
For people who are gonna ask before, you know, you're gonna edit this up. Don't use something like this on it. This is really a professional tool.
That's massive.
Most professionals don't use stuff this this aggressive. This is 14,500 RPM and 11 amps. So I'm gonna be babying it.
Yeah, that tool is no Dremel. So
No Dremel.
So
All right, that's
yeah, so that's what a lot of people use on. I've seen on YouTube is use Dremel to do this stuff. But you can only go so far with a Dremel.
Make light work of it.
I know y'all seen different ways of doing this on YouTube, so let's not critique the way Mack does his thing. Mack does his thing the way he does his thing. You know, other people do the porting like MMX and Joker's Performance. They do it their way. So let's not critique things. Let's just take it for what it is. It's ported. It's cleaned out. We're gonna get more air and we're gonna get more power. All right, so that's just a quick glimpse. I'm gonna let him do what he does best, and we'll come back in a minute. All right, now
feel that real quick.
Gotcha.
You
Oh
see how
yeah,
it's blending.
that's like dead even.
Yep.
Yeah,
So when I
a lot better than what it was.
Yeah, so when I port, so I have two ways I've done it. So you see how much that's capable of taking off.
Right.
That's the same if I'm doing cylinder heads or other intake manifolds. So what I tell people is, you know, the paper makes it look pretty. It does do a final blend. But if I really want to make like an all-out like performance race steel,
Right.
I tend not to polish. I tell them, look, I'm not going to make it pretty.
Right.
I'm going to cut it because I can use the cutters to get the exact shape as I want. This isn't always an exact science because, you know, you're polishing. You're just making
Right.
it look pretty. So you're trying to get the lows and the highs down.
Yep.
When I want to make power, it necessarily isn't pretty. Pretty don't make power. So
Pretty doesn't make power.
So I tell people, you can't just look at something and be like, oh, look, it's,
yeah.
it don't
So,
work that way.
I don't know if you all remember when I got my CNC ported heads, man. That was the first thing I was like, Jay, are these supposed to be as rough as they? I thought they were supposed to be smooth,
Yeah.
but no. There's a purpose to it being rough, and that's to mix the air with the fuel and helps it mix all that stuff up
And I
better.
can tell you this. So my 6.1 car, which you've seen, the orange one, it blew up. I'll talk about that later. I got my new Scat out front. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I saw it.
So that one made 500. Those heads are not polished at all.
Wow.
Completely cutter, everything. And when it was up to about 492, the intake wasn't even polished. It was just rough cut and shaped.
Gotcha.
When I did all the final polishing and more shaping and stuff, I did find extra power, but it was mainly in the shaping. I did a lot of
Right.
welding and stuff.
Gotcha.
But so pretty don't make power, guys. So don't get hung up on that. And bigger is not always better. This isn't about just making things big. In this case, it's about sizing this to be big. But like I said,
To
the
match
runners,
up.
you want to try and keep them as small as possible so that there's no overhang on the head. You know, if I was to
Yeah, you don't want them
make
too
them
big.
big.
Yeah, you make them too big, you're done.
Yeah, we don't want that.
especially if you're boosted, you're gonna wind up getting vacuum leaks. So, you know, you got to be careful when you're doing this stuff. Like I said, there's a bunch of people out there on YouTube that's done it themselves, and if you feel like you can do it, and you know, look at YouTube and go ahead and do it, go ahead. But I just warn you to be careful. But for me, I'd rather pay someone to do it, get it done right, and then that way I don't have to worry about it if I screw it up.
Less is more.
But-
Just remember that.
All right, we'll be back in a minute.
All right, folks. So you seen the port job Mack did on the 6.4 intake. Looks absolutely wonderful. He did a really good job. Really fair price. I'm not gonna put out what I paid for. I don't know if he gave me a deal or if that's what he usually charges. But you know, if you're in the area, in the Fredericksburg area, DMV area, and you're looking to get your whether it's your 5.7 or your 6.4, if you're looking at getting one ported, he can do it for you. So just keep him in mind if you're looking for someone to do the porting for you. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this one, folks. Of course, we're going to get that intake put on. I already got my intakes already sold, so please don't hit me up none. Then hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday this week, I can get the ported one put on. I also got rear cradle lockouts from BMR suspension that Mike's going to put on for me. So we're going to tighten up the rear end a little bit, put a little more power in the engine, and you know, see what happens when we get to the track. Like I said, track day is coming on the 7th, so stay tuned, folks. That's going to do it for this one. If you're stopping in for the first time, please check out the rest of the channel. If you like what's going on with the channel, do me those few things: like, subscribe, hit that bell, and shoot me a comment. And share on your social media, please. Definitely help the channel out. That's it for this one. Adios.